everyone, welcome to another speed paint of mine. Yeah, we're being weirdly consistent here. Then again, depending on when I even actually upload this, because it could be next week or it could be the week after Rycon. I don't actually know when this is going up. I'm just pre-recording this so that I have something else to put since, space it out a bit. Since I don't really see this being a super consistent thing right now, since I don't know, it's for fun. Anyway, as you can see from the title, because everyone can read, I'm drawing Bendy today. I know, finally. And guess what? I didn't even lose any footage this time, which is actually something amazing. I feel like we need to actually celebrate this. I don't know how. Usually I would maybe, I guess, grab a bottle of rosé or something. But everyone has their own way of celebrating. Anyway, this is probably the last thing I'll be drawing until after Rycon because all my artistic energy has probably been overworn, and honestly I don't know how I'm still doing this and why I'm still doing this. In fact, I have to actually go meet up a friend tomorrow, and here I am at 12 a.m., almost 1 a.m. doing recording. My neighbors must hate me, but well, the artist life. I mean, they've heard me sing before. I think one time I must have mentioned that one of my neighbors even mentioned that they heard me singing and it sounded nice, which is like, don't know whether it's a compliment or just like, shut the fuck up, we're trying to sleep here. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Well, it's not like this is a child-friendly channel. I mean, I draw horror games, and The Witch's House is a gory horror game, and even Mad Father, so who am I kidding? It's not like I want to monetize any of these videos. I don't see myself getting into that part of YouTube at any point in life. Just cause, once again, I do these for fun. I'm still learning because I did spend maybe 20 minutes trying to set up the actual recording for this. Because apparently last time, although I took a photo of this setup, it still didn't quite completely work this time, or maybe because I had it at a certain angle that was different. Who knows, maybe it was 1 millimeter off. Yeah, so we are using the markers again today. I figured that, using ink, markers, technically a form of ink, of course would be more to the game because Bendy in the ink machine. However, unfortunately, as much as I would love to have worked with Sumi ink, or the other one, I think it's Indian ink. I don't work very well with ink mediums, and also I don't like it when it dries. Sometimes it does this weird oil spilly thing. I haven't really played enough with it for me to like it, and also the paper does this annoying, crinkly thing that is the same with watercolors. After you've done watercolors, it does this stupid thing where it kind of curls up on itself even if you stick it down. I'm not a massive fan of that. I don't really like how it feels afterwards, and it looks crumbly, and that's not what I was going for. And plus, I've been doing this kind of black and white thing with these same markers for at least 5 years now. So I'm quite used to this kind of medium, even though it makes me high. In fact, I was getting a headache just coloring because sometimes the smell can be a bit over the top, but it wasn't as bad today. It could be worse. So I had a lot of fun during Alice Angel last time, I did mention that she is quite a favorite of mine. I mean, with good reason. She is a fun character, even though her stage is kind of repetitive. I'm not going to give much away, just like in the previous recording. It is quite an interesting game, and also, the new trailer has actually come out. In fact, when I was drawing all this, I was actually listening to Super Horror Bro talk about the new trailer in the background, as well as just replaying his entire playlist on Bendy, because why not? Like, his theories are quite interesting, and I just enjoy his voice. I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I just watch people and then stick with them if I like them. Half the time I'm listening to murder, so this is a change. This is a slight change. Anyway, the trailer looked pretty interesting, and I kind of feel a little bit hype for the game. There's also I think it's 2 books that are going to be released to add to the Bendy lore, so that's going to be interesting. They're apparently being released sometime this year, including the first chapter of the new Bendy game. In fact, it's some people theorize that they may even release them around the same time as each other. Who knows? Anyway, I think I probably mentioned before how I find posing Bendy really difficult. And honestly, it still was. I drew quite a few of him before I actually had an idea. So basically, a friend and I were just casually talking, and we were just talking about these horror games, and I mentioned, oh, I really like Bendy, and they're like, oh, I've only seen snippets of it. But then she goes to me, oh, have you heard the song Build Our Machine by DAGames? And I was like, no. It's because I'm really bad at diving into every single crevice of something. I mean, unless it hits me by like an obsession, like the witch's house, like then it eats me up. Or when I got into JoJo, where I just researched everything and I just know everything about my favorite character. But anyway, got a link to the song, and I really really like the song. It's like one of the songs that I've been listening to quite a bit of lately, whenever I can fit a song in between my documentaries. Anyway, it basically served as the main inspiration, because I was arguing between, the whole Bendy on his own. So Bendy before he became the monster, or something in between, because I still wanted him to retain that kind of like cute dancing demon form, because I didn't want to draw the one that chases you. That's I'm just not a fan of going through screen caps and trying to find out what like it looks like, and also searching up a million reference pictures, while it's easier to search up reference pictures of the normal Bendy. And also I wanted to do something that was a little bit more matching to the Alice Angel, but then I guess I just kind of went with something in between, because I really like drawing like liquid dripping, or like messing around with shading liquid, namely blood. Don't worry, I'm not a psycho. But then again, the people that say that they're not a psycho usually probably are psychopaths. Anyway, so I just kind of really went all out, and I kind of wanted to go with something where it looks like he's kind of melting into the ink. So he's becoming one with the ink before he loses his sanity. Because it's weirdly hard to pose him, because throughout the entire game, unless you like are drawing, the melted Bendy or the one that's with the ink that's chasing you. The other one just is a cardboard cutout, and that's weirdly just hard to pose because we know he's mischievous and all these different things, but I couldn't find a way to actually convey it. I don't know why. I felt like there was like a disconnect. Sometimes with some characters, there's an instant connect. Like with Alice Angel, I just knew exactly what I wanted to do with her. And maybe because even way before, I drew that picture, I had actually drawn a picture of her prior to that as a commission, even though my phone apparently decided it didn't want proof of that, so I'll never see that commission like picture ever again. And I haven't even gotten word from like the person that commissioned me whether it even got received, so no, goodbye. Anyway, I had a lot of fun drawing this, I have to admit. It was really, really fun because if you know them like ink pens, before they dry sometimes they kind of smudge, and like sometimes I'm super careful with that, but I think because I knew I was going to be drawing something that was slightly different, uh before even like actually finishing the lines, I had like accidentally smudged a bit of Bendy's mouth, but then I just kind of like thought it really added to it, so I started kind of smudging it by adding like the pen to different areas and smudging it, or at one point I'm just like smudging it with my fingers, like painting it on my fingers and smudging it. It's really, really fun, and it probably is easier with liquid ink, but liquid ink is also hard to control, and I don't have a very good history with it. Honestly, I'm very happy with how this one turned out, and I had a lot of fun just kind of experimenting with the pens and, going to town with it. Like adding the smudges to kind of replicate the kind of smudges you see on him in the game. It was, I love digital art, I really, really do. But A, it takes ages, and B, it sometimes doesn't give you the same kind of feeling, in the sense that you can't play with the textures and you're not, physically in contact with the art because it's on the Wacom display. I mean, one could argue it is, but personally, I kind of like it better when it's like this, because I really enjoy doing my black and white drawings, and I think I'll never stop doing it because it's something that I've really mastered. And in terms of color, I probably should do a watercolor kind of thing on my channel sometime, because I've actually not done any traditional color in front of camera, so that's going to be fun. You're gonna see me like having no fun mixing up colors, because colors are sometimes really difficult. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. It's really late, I am really tired, so I will see you in the next one. Bye!